Welcome to Trifecta Hour. I'm AJ. This is Ink. This is Prince. We in the building. How do this fine Friday?
We here.
Oh,
Well, Prince is barely here because we can't even see him, but
you
there's
can't,
that.
you know.
Because somebody's on vacation sitting outside on the balcony.
All these portable lights. He couldn't find
Oh
one.
shit.
Whatever. Whatever.
Oh no. I restarted my fucking computer. You remember I had to do that? And it just gave me something. I'm like, please God tell me I don't have to give this stupid thing permission to bring this video.
Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh my God. Okay, go ahead. Let's go.
Oh man. Oh, well, we supposed to start with that video.
Oh, sorry. You ready?
Yeah.
This morning, the Supreme Court has delivered a monumental victory for the Constitution, the separation of powers, and the rule of law in striking down the excessive use of nationwide injunctions to interfere with the normal functioning of the executive branch. The Supreme Court has stopped the presidency itself. That's what they've done. And really, it's been an amazing period of time this last hour. There are people elated all over the country. I've seen such happiness and spirit.
No more. No more of your unconstitutional, annoying mass blockage of everything Trump's trying to do. You people are crazy. Anyway, it's been a wild week for Maga and the Trump administration. Peace talks in the Middle East. Money flowing from tariffs, Supreme Court dub on birthright citizenship and other things. Gas prices are hitting record lows, and job reports are looking strong. You'd think everybody would be celebrating, but no. Even inside MAGA, there's tension, especially around Trump's handling of Israel and Iran, or as Whoopi Goldberg says, Iran. One of the loudest voices.
Politically correct. I mean, just saying.
One of the loudest voices, Candace Owens. Well, she's been holding her ground and calling out the money trail behind anti-Candace influencers. We care that much about Candace Owens? Okay, we'll get to that in the commentary. Here she is with Piers Morgan, sounding a little like she's got buyer's remorse. Check it out.
Are you done with Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would end up perhaps voting for him? Oh, you can't run again, obviously, but would you support him publicly again?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen and it is happening. But I just think that the picture of politics in America is going to look very differently because of his actions. So I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. But this is not the candidate that I voted for.
Wow.
What did she say?
This is not the candidate she voted for. Inked. I guess we got your answer, but is Candace doing too much, or is she right on the money?
Listen. Okay, first of all, this is the candidate we voted for.
Facts.
I don't know why people are acting like brand new. I don't know why people are acting as though this is something new. This is just Trump 2.0. So he's more refined. He's a little more, his edges are a little more softened. They're still a little scratchy, but they're a little softer. Nothing that Trump is doing today, he didn't do in his first presidency. Like, this is literally what we voted for. This is literally the man we voted for. He will always make the decision in the time that he has to make a decision. So, we all enter into a space hoping that we can do this, that, and the third. And then something arises, right? You're driving down the road and all of a sudden the tire pressure light cuts on and you're like, what is going on? You thought you had your tires were good, but unbeknownst to you, you ran over a nail. Now you need a tire, or now you need to get the tire repaired. That's exactly what's happening to Trump during this presidency, right? Coming into this, things look very different. Coming into this, but he did say that he would deal with them if they didn't get rid of their shit. I mean, he did say that on the campaign trail. So I don't know why she's tripping. I don't know who's paying this bitch. We don't have to agree with everything, but for her to make such a bold statement to say, I'm sorry that I told people to go out and vote for him.
Right.
My bitch.
Right.
That's a bold statement to be made by her. I do. And I think it's I think it's in poor judgment, because people have stood behind her, people have supported her in her outlandish things that she's done, the craziest stuff that she's done. I mean, she's done some stuff that I'm just like, sit down and be quiet. Right. But we understand that you come back around. Now you're drifting off. It's like they're all doing it. Even I just saw Joy Reid. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to stick with the Democratic Party. So I don't know if they're about to make this like new news network of independence.
Oh Lord.
and it's going to be, and it's going to be like a new propaganda money reach. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, she's doing too much. She needs to just shut up and report the news.
Right.
It doesn't need to be, oh, I regret telling people. Well, bitch, good thing we didn't listen to you for our vote. Good thing we made the vote based on what we wanted. And good thing we have the cojones to stand in and say, you know what, we don't agree. We don't like it. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't know one president that has done everything. Oh.
What?
I don't know. That was weird. I just lost my audio.
I
don't know. It's fine. I can't hear myself. I don't know one president that has done it all, right? Like, and been perfect in doing it. So there's that. Mr. Vacation.
Prince.
Is he frozen?
I don't know.
He's thinking.
Well, we can't see your face, so you have to do a little bit more to let us know you can hear us. Oh God. Is his mic?
It's his mic.
Oh.
We can't hear. Talk.
The mic that wasn't working, that's now not.
Do you hear me?
There you go.
Unfortunately.
Somebody told me to turn it down, so here we go. So
sass mouth me.
No sass mouth, you hear? You're uppity. Speaking of uppity, Candace, baby.
Oh Lord.
That personal war you got with the Jewish people, Trump is not your enemy, baby. It's like you just see red. It's like anything slightly attached to Israel, you are upset. Now, of course, all three of us have questioned what is the hold that Israel has on us. Why do we keep getting ourselves involved? I think we've done that. So we've called it out. But not once have the three of us got up here and said, I regret telling people, no, this is exactly who we wanted. And like Ink said, he is refined now. The old Trump probably would have been like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. But the new Trump realizes things change. You have to make important decisions. Sometimes you have to go back on what you said, and you have to trust the process and trust that the people who voted you in have faith in you, that you're doing the right thing for the people, not just for yourself or for another agenda. That's there. Candace, didn't you just tell bona fide soldiers to take a dishonorable discharge?
Yes.
People still stuck behind you. People didn't say, you know what, I wish I never gave her a platform.
Right.
They said you misspoke. Maybe you didn't mean it, blah, blah, blah. But it's funny. And then you want to talk about people being anti towards you. Where's all this anti-Trump sentiment coming? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You're allowed to criticize people. That doesn't mean you're anti. No, it went over to anti when you said, this is not the person I voted for. And I hope I'm sorry that I told people to vote for him. So the next candidate that comes out, people are going to look for you. This is why you have a big platform. You are blessed. So when you get stuff like this, it's like, what's going on? It's like, I don't know. It's like, see, y'all are more in tune with Candace than I do. I'm just recently like getting to her and seeing how she rock, but she just, Waffle House is like waffling. It's like it's like you're seeing red. It's like you see Ben Shapiro's face on everybody, and everybody's against you. Everybody's for the Jewish people. There's no nuance. There's no nothing. Yes, you're phenomenal in getting details and finding the little nooks and crannies, but sometimes it is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
You know what's so funny about that she's in that Piers Morgan interview, he did ask her about that comment about the going not AWOL, what was it, dishonorable discharge. And she doubled down on it and then tried to explain the context of what she was saying. I've never seen, I mean, she's not always been right, but I've never seen her this loud and wrong. Like, you're wrong. Just say you're wrong. Like when the whole thing happened, I didn't say, "Oh, I regret voting for Trump." I said, "Trump, I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand what it." And then as it started to morph and move, I was like, "Oh, I get it. I get why we did that little thing was to drop the things because we were the only country that could, and then we're gone." And in his mind, we were done with it. And then literally the next day, we have a peace deal, and then the kids kept fighting. I'm out of it. I did what I said I was gonna do.
Yep.
But for her to stand up, she sat up there on that Piers Morgan thing, loud and wrong through most of it. You know, they're talking over each other. Pierce is cutting her off because she's not making sense, and she's trying to continue with the BS train of thought that she has. And it's like, just concede that you gave some poor information to people. I don't need you to justify that. Oh, this was the Q&A part of my podcast, and this is my show, and
Whatever.
and I would just take it. Nobody cares. It was bad advice. Of course, there's no soldier that's gonna listen to you and do it. But the fact that you gave the information is stupid. It's boneheaded. It's low IQ. It's that. I saw a TikToker. She said Candace Owens is acting like the liberal she once was, in the sense, not her rhetoric, but in her higher than mighty, like she's the smartest one in the room. It's okay to stand corrected sometimes. It's okay to say, you know what, my bad. You know, I misspoke, or I did too much there. I could take that back. But if you can't even humble yourself to do that, that's problematic behavior. And
But
go.
I'm sorry, AJ. Really quickly, it's just money, though. This is really about money. You can't tell me it's not. The money is running dry. You know, Trump's in office, so it looks very different now that he's here. And I think that that's what it is. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh yeah, it's definitely about the money. I mean, she's trying to find. She's put out a $10,000 bounty to find the person that paid micro influencers and smaller influencers to put up bad videos. And I was like, are you that important that somebody would start a campaign to pay creators to go after you and Tucker Carlson? I mean, I like both of y'all, but not to the point where I'm gonna do something disingenuous just for money. It's like, no, if I don't like what you said, I don't like what you said. And I don't think anybody came through on that bounty, because baby, if I knew, I'd have been like, yep, it's a blah, 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 blah.
We know, AJ.
AJ,
and it's a not what?
God is good.
All the time.
But that's not what she said. We should have known that on the Breakfast Club when we said God is good, and she didn't know how to respond.
Oh man, and all the time, God is good. Anyway, so now here's one of the most brilliant people in Congress, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
The best they got.
Was not too pleased with Donald Trump's response to her calling for his impeachment over his very constitutional strikes on nuclear sites in Iran. Take a look.
With me, little old me, and he's gonna lose that. So
I'm bored.
Maybe don't send our country into war when the vast majority of Americans, Republican, Democrat, and Independent, don't want us randomly bombing countries because
you can see the hamster going around.
They're not even briefing Congress. Congress was supposed
to
have
see the hamster on the wheel
today,
struggling,
and they canceled it last minute. It's giving scrambling. It's giving disorganized. It's giving they are having problems behind the scenes. And by
she's from the Bronx, though, right?
By not even briefing Congress on a bipartisan basis, please understand that this is Trump's war. This is a Republican war. I mean, I think war is bad, like just in general. But
the comments look like AI.
Don't let them
leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Don't let them.
I was literally about to say, I don't know what's worse, the comments or what she's saying.
Both.
Prince, is she stupid or is she dumb?
This is the rare occasion when I'm gonna go both.
Oh,
She's too stupid to know that she sounds dumb. It's giving. First of all, when you got to put your hair behind your ear, I already know you about to come with some bullshit. He's gonna lose every time.
Oh,
It's
my
giving
God.
the bomb. Republicans, Democrats, Independents don't want you going to war. First of all, again, you got to listen to how they frame stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't send anybody to war. To go to war, he has to get the permission of Congress. They, like you said, AJ, they have to come up with a bill. Inc., you said they have to plan all that stuff out. They have to have all the rules, how long they're going to be there, where they're going to be, where they're going to sit, where they're going to sleep, where they're going to eat, blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah. You can't do that within 48 hours. But what he can do is say, hey, breaker 19, go drop 3 and come back. He's well within his powers to do that. But you already knew that, didn't you? Because you're so smart. And he's going to lose every time. It's giving, Boston. You should make sure you really vet the people that go. It's giving the bar you was working at really didn't do their due diligence, or I bet you they had their picture on the wall. I bet you they tell every bartender that comes through, you too can become a prominent member in the Democratic Party if you work at this bar. You dummy. Like this is what you got. These are your warriors, Democrats. These are your warriors. They're coming through. They're coming to war with a spoon and a damn paper shield. These are your warriors. And you let them lead you astray every single time. You know what? This is a great time to be a Republican. This is a great time to be a conservative. This is a great time to be an American, because when we see stuff like this, I just feel like we already know what we're going into. And I think the more these people talk, the more you're driving people to the other side. You got Joy Reid, grifting or not, even admitting, I might not be too much for this party.
Yep.
So, and that's your lead dog. Emphasis on dog.
So check it out. I'm gonna have to agree with Prince. She's just dumb and stupid. She might even be a little bit of the other word, but we'll leave it here. Listen. They know how this works. But they also know that the Democratic Party is a little bit slow. And they know that they're emotionally driven. But what they're starting to find out quickly is more of them are tired of the nonsense, the propaganda, all of the bullshit that doesn't matter. They're growing tired, especially the Joy Reids who are Harvard educated, who know better and know how stupid you sound when you say it. When we touch on the other monkey in the zoo that's rattling the cage because she can't get out, I mean, she's literally shaking the cage and they're just like throwing food at her like, we can't let you out. Joy Reid commented on that because she had to bow down because no one supported her for that position or whatever it is that she wanted. Nobody supported her. Nobody would get behind her because she's a loose cannon. She's literally a liability. If you're going to speak, especially from the law, I mean, we understand that some people like to say they practice and talk crazy, but listen, if you're going to speak from there, speak the truth. You know he doesn't need your vote. You know he doesn't need to have a conversation with you. He is the commander in chief. We don't have an executive committee. So it's not the commander in chief who's the head and then the executive committee comes together and y'all make the decisions. There's a reason why this is written into policy. You know why it's written in? Because they already know you asshats would stop it. Right. And it'd be some fight going on for 97 million years and 9 presidents were beating came. You guys would still be fighting about it. So they already know there's a limit to this. What is it? 90 days they can go and do what they need to do. So I just don't understand why we're here. I just don't understand why we keep giving the American people the wrong information. Let's educate the American people so they understand and so that they know the truth, so that if something was happening that wasn't right, they would know, hey, this isn't right.
Right.
But instead, you give them lies. This is what feed them lies. And then you start impeachment on lies. And then all you crazy liberals are running around like, oh, yay. he's going out, he's going to jail, he's going to get impeached, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. He's, when the reality is they know, thank you, Lumberjack, they know that that's not the truth, right? So they know that they can't impeach him on this. They already know that, but it sounds good to the people. And if you guys want to keep losing, which is what we want, we don't want to see none of y'all. We want all y'all to go away. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing
what you're doing. We're not even mad at you. I hope you keep talking. I hope you keep having the same conversation. I hope you guys keep having the rhetoric. I hope you guys keep lying to the American people, because you're telling the American people lies. It's literally a lie. He didn't violate the Constitution. Pause. So knock it off. I wanted to beat Prince to it because you already know he was coming. You guys saw him. I can see the smirk on his face right now. I already knew. I just wanted to beat him there. I just wanted to beat him there. So that's why it's important. And I think this goes on both sides, right? Like, because I'm at the place now. I don't want to hear any rhetoric and lies from any side. I don't. I want us as the American people, one, to become educated and truly understand how the system works, because we are only as strong as a people with the information that we know, right? So we're weak because we don't know. We're weak because we allow these liars to give us the information the way they want to present the information. So now, as Americans, for us to be united and for us to be strong and for us truly to elect people who really should be there. I mean, look what they're doing in New York. They have got to have put something in the water. There's something in the air. I don't know what's going on in New York, but if COVID didn't prove to you that New Yorkers with money will leave New York, I don't know what to tell you. So if you think your little socialist is going to get you where you need to be and tax the rich, they're going to be like deuces, because the difference between you and them is they can afford to leave.
Yeah. Boom.
And most people who live in New York, that's not their residence. That's not their like permanent residence. That's not where they live 365 days of the year. Probably Florida, or even here in Washington where they don't have no state tax. That's where they at. Yeah, that's where they at. Gates, right here on the water. He live a few houses down. He's like my neighbor. On the water. You know why? No state tax. No state tax. So I don't know why you guys are playing. So yeah, she's stupid. She's dumb. She's the other word. AJ, what was the word that we were going to call her? Remember we said last week? Oh, God, I can't remember. I'm about to play that. Oh, we were in the background. We weren't even here. You came up with this great word. You remember? Anyways, we'll have to think about it. I'm old, so I don't remember. Anyways, so yeah. So she's dumb. Mr. Rant Room.
Everything y'all said, and yeah, war has not been declared. What he's done is not unprecedented. It's been done by every modern president. They've all done it. It's well within their constitutional powers. We're bored. You're mad because it's Trump. You're mad because Trump is winning. You're mad that Trump is succeeding. That's why you're trying to kill his one big, beautiful bill, because you're going to try to get him on something, but it's too much success. And the problem is emotionalism will work on the dummies, but when people actually start writing things off on their taxes next year,
yeah,
y'all are toast. When people start to see, oh, I have more money in my pocket, y'all are toast. It's over. And I've never seen a group of people so hell-bent on the commander-in-chief failing. Why the hell, Democrat, Republican, whatever party, would I want the commander-in-chief to fail? Why would I want him to send our military overseas and succeed in killing a bunch of our servicemen and women? Why would I want that? Why would I be mad that they completed a successful mission, never said congratulations to those soldiers? Did AOC say that in her live while she was playing with her little fucking non-existent hair that's there, talking to these dummies, putting blue hearts in the chat? acting like she is the smartest thing come. She sounds smart. She is absolutely dumb.
She doesn't even sound smart anymore.
She's a puppet.
Yep.
Y'all talk about Candace Owens as a paid shield. This bitch is the queen of the paid shields. Plucked out of obscurity by very rich people to spout a bunch of nothing, and people will eat it up like kibble. Immature, politically immature people. She's never debated. She would never last on a presidential stage, on a presidential debate stage. She would be eaten alive. Jasmine Crockett, the same thing.
And really quick, too, AJ, they realize they live here
That too.
in the United States of America.
That too.
So you preying on his downfall only hurts you.
Hurts everybody. Dummy.
Like
Now,
they're dumb. But go ahead. Oh.
Speaking of our favorite congressional Shaniqua, Jasmine Crockett made comments about First Lady Melania Trump's immigration history during a hearing on Capitol Hill on Wednesday. Take a look.
Melania, the First Lady, a model. And when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, or Naomi Campbell level, applied for and was given an EB-1 visa. And what that stands for is an Einstein visa. Now, y'all that don't know, let me tell you how you receive an Einstein visa. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't mathin'.
Uh-oh. Get off my screen. Yes, AJ?
Ink, do you agree with her?
Yeah. Completely. Listen. Of all the things that we should be focusing on the floor, this is what we choose to talk about. I have never in my life seen people that we have elected, I didn't elect her, but you know what I mean, focus on all the things that ain't got nothing to do with us. Meanwhile, trying to save people who don't belong here. So your whole point of your lame speech is to prove a point about what? She is a citizen. On paper. Legally. Move on. I don't care what happened. I don't care what the process was. The process happened.
Facts.
Okay? Instead, you want to try to minimize that. We can have a discussion about how many people have gotten things they don't deserve. How many people have gotten honorary doctorates? But we had to watch our brother crawl, scrape, cry, be nervous, break a sweat, stressed out, no sleep to earn his. We witnessed it. We watched it. We were a part of it. We were there for every sweat and tears. We were there. But how many of you have just been gifted one? Here you go. Because you're famous. Because you donated a lot of money. Because you're stupid. Because you couldn't have got it if somebody told you to earn it. So why is she sitting there talking about something that is non-relevant, non-important, doesn't matter to the American people? It doesn't even matter. I want to know, what is your purpose? What do you hope to gain by having this conversation? What do you hope to gain by speaking this on the floor? Because it does nothing. Our vets are still homeless. Americans are still homeless.
Yeah.
People are still hungry. People can't go to the doctor because they don't have health insurance. We're slacking on mental care. That's apparent. And catering to mental illness instead of addressing it. Americans are unhealthy. You're putting poison in the air, poison in our food. Why are we not talking about all of that? Instead, we want to talk about how the First Lady got her visa. A visa that doesn't matter anymore because she's not here on a visa. She's a citizen. It all correlates with what's wrong with the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
They're always when they were in office, when the dementia-ridden monkey was pretending to run this country, we didn't hear none of this. But we did hear a lot of promises that were not kept. Where's y'all's reparations?
Mm.
Where are they? Did y'all get them yet? Ain't got nothing to do with me. Y'all got your reparations yet? No. Y'all got any laws, acts, anything passed? No. But this commander-in-chief is handling business. He's not telling you, Joey. That's what my parents used to always say when I was a little boy. Trump is not telling us no life stories, okay?
Amen.
He ain't telling us no life stories. But what he is doing is telling us the truth and tell us how dumb and stupid you guys are and how dumb and stupid you look and how you make the Americans look bad by behaving this way on the floor. You make Americans, I don't know why people don't understand. I don't care what you say about your commander-in-chief, especially in a position of power, but say it behind closed doors.
Facts.
If you ever want to know what a country preys on, they prey on the weak and the divided. We are extremely divided because we speak so poorly of the commander-in-chief. Nothing you say or do is going to change it. Talking about Melania and her visa is not going to change where we are in the state of being here in America. So why are we talking about it? Why are we talking about, hey, you probably shouldn't pay people 14 cents to pick your crops? Why are we not having that discussion? Why are we not having a discussion where affordable health care, hey, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, wherever, Aetna, whatever the hell all these people are, you can't be charging people $90 million a month to have insurance. If they're healthy and they don't have any pre-existing conditions, what are we doing? But instead, like everything else, just like your car insurance, you get clumped in. You could never have a car accident, but if Johnny Go Lately had 12 in your zip code, you're screwed. If they're stealing cars in your zip code, you're screwed. Right? That's the American way, right? So can we focus on what's important for America? Can we focus on helping the president do a good job? Can we focus on coming together from right and left so that we can move some things to help the people? Can we focus on that? No, instead we keep allowing the caged animals from the zoo to run around and play with other animals. Cage these animals back up, put them back in their cages, silence them. Okay, because this is Caesar. This is what happened. Remember, like when the apes learned to speak? Remember? They were primates so they could talk. Then they learned to talk. Caesar had control over his people. But man controlled the other apes. And guess what? They got conquered by the smart apes. Y'all might want to watch Planet of the Apes, Democrats, because y'all being controlled by man. Y'all focus on the wrong thing. Y'all focus on all the things that appeal to emotion. Well, Lily Teo tried that, and guess what? Now Florida's looking into her ass or taking pictures, or his ass, taking pictures in the bathroom. Okay, go ahead, Prince. Be nice. Don't talk poorly about Black women.
We had two women back to back show.
Oh, here we go.
Why leadership is just not their thing. Jasmine Crockett spent taxpayer money to go to ChatGPT. Please explain to me Einstein visa, and then she added a little twang in its giving and stuff like that. I know a ChatGPT speech when I see it. I would never ever downplay my intelligence to pander to the low IQ. Jasmine, I'm keep holding out hope. People keep saying, I see your resume. I see the schools you went to. I see what you've done. Either you have extremely great jaw muscles or you really earned your spot. So which one is it, Jasmine? I'm really trying to, I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope. Great private schools, great college. You became an attorney. You fought, you scratched away, you had your own firm. So I'm trying to figure it out. How are you and Kamala? Do y'all have the same skills? What is it? What is it? Because you just literally wasted our time. You sat up there and talked about the First Lady instead of, like Ink said, all the other problems that y'all have on the floor. But this, again, Democrat, these your warrior. Is this your king? Is this your man's?
Is this your mod?
Is this your mod? You are the reason why Joy. And you know what? It wouldn't be surprising me if somebody told Joy to put that out there. That, hey, this is why she's not ascending. This is why she's where she is. She's a loose cannon. Because guess what? They want to control you, baby. But you can't even be couth long enough for them to control you, for them to give you the spot that you need. Look at your girl Kamala. She was able to polish it up, give it just enough for them to put her up front and center. It's not code switching. It's not selling out. It's being able to play the game. Politics is a game, and you stink. You're Brittany Griner in the NBA. You stink. You have you're tall. You're taller than everybody else. But you stink when it comes to actually doing what the job needs to be done. And like Ink said, the fact that you guys are, you know what, Ink, this is where I'm gonna disagree with you with.
Okay.
It's not that people don't have the information. People are afraid to say, I don't understand. You know, like when I have information, I'm like, Ink, AJ, can you put it in blue language for me? Can you put it in a language that I can understand? Because I don't know. Y'all have been doing this politics thing longer than me. So if I don't understand something, I ask you.
Well, I don't necessarily think that they don't know. They don't want to know. You know, I always say the Democratic Party is like being in boot camp, or even being in prison, right? Somebody's got to give you structure. Somebody's got to tell you what to do. Somebody's got to tell you when to sleep, when to eat, when to run, when to jog. They have to tell you all of that. That's what's happened to the Democratic Party. If you notice, they repeat what they've been told. So the ones that actually break away are the ones that have actually done the research to be like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right. I keep hearing the same thing over and over. So no, the Democratic Party is not the same Democratic Party of 20 years ago. The Democratic Party is dumb.
Correct.
That's why they're clapping their hands. Oh, look, this is what MAGA women look like. Like I made like 5 videos just taunting them. Because that's what they do. They're like seals, Shamu. Oh, here's a fish. Come get it. Okay, jump over. Okay, spin around. Okay, squirt the water. AJ.
All right. Time. We will be right back.
I know. You're probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
Now it's time for our trending topic.
Prince. That was weird.
You do, you coward. Name me one person, one competent person on this cabinet that can help him. One. The same time, yes, he could have went to jail for starting a riot.
With all due respect, absolute nonsense. He torpedoed a deal with Iran because he doesn't like Barack Obama. Do you listen to this? Do you hear?
He destroyed. Oh, stop it! Stop it! The man, he wouldn't do that. The man who's renaming federal Confederate generals. Why didn't he torpedo the deal? Why?
What was crap about it, Mike?
No.
What was crap about it?
Has said there's not. So a better deal is the one he's doing now, man. That man torpedoed that deal precisely because he didn't like Barack Obama. Half the stuff he does.
President we said that they cannot have nuclear weapons, including Barack Obama.
You're a mediocre coward who is a bull president, and all of you people enable him. That's all he does is break.
Good happens for the world.
You think I care what you think of my? No, I despise him. But if he did something right, I would despise him as much as he despises black people. I despise him as much as
by the way, Mike,
let me ask you something. Why rename bases after Confederate generals? Why do it?
Why not?
Why destroy black history? Why?
Good question,
Mike.
Why do it? You know why? Because he's
let him answer, DL.
And you let him do it.
If you're going to ask him, you have to let him answer.
Why does he do it? Why does he rename
I have no idea.
Yes, you do, you coward. He's a racist. That's why he does it.
You are DL, somebody your age should have more control over their emotions.
Everybody
fall back.
We got his mic down. I'll show you how weak I am.
Mike's down.
I'll show you how weak I am.
Okay, hold on. All right. We're going to do this civilly.
I was gonna say something, but go ahead, Inked. What the hell did we just watch? That was my first time seeing it. I didn't watch it. I purposely didn't watch it because I saw the clips, but I saw the post, but I never watched the videos. Wow.
Are we sure that was a man?
Oh, damn.
So I'm going to just say this. TMZ, you a bitch for that. You deliberately put the white man against the black man. I'm going to start there. DL. Get your fingers out your pussy.
Oh.
Stop flicking your bean. And relax. The generals went to these places, right? The generals attended these things, right? The ones you're talking about, that's why their name went there. They have a moment in history. But I'm not even going to touch on it. I'm going to touch on this. Everything that every Democratic president has ever done and ever said.
Pause.
Thank you, Prince.
I'm going to touch on that. I'm going to touch on this.
You might like touching it. Anyways, so with that being said, you, DL, are an embarrassment to men. You literally just crashed out behind the president of the United States. And you know what's even funnier is your crash out means nothing. Your crash out changes nothing. Your crash out moves nothing.
Nothing.
But you're yelling and calling a man a coward because he won't say the president is racist when he says, I don't know why he's doing it, because he doesn't. He's not in his head. He's not him. He doesn't know why. He can do what he wants. And if you don't like it, change it, Prince. If he doesn't like it, change it. Right? Hell, go run for office. I will never understand all these celebrities with all of this privilege. A privilege to be able to go on TV and cuss at somebody like that. To be able to be privileged enough to go on TV and yell at another man like that. Simply because you don't like the president. You don't agree with the things that he's doing. That's what just happened. That's what we literally just watched. We just watched this pretend man with a vagina scream and holler on TV like a woman. That's what we do. We're all emotional. We're all out of control. We don't know how to control our emotions. We don't know how to shut up. We don't know how to just sit down and listen and watch and respond. That's what women do. And now DL screaming on national TV that Trump is racist. I think that's probably the one thing that I can't handle. It's the one thing that I'm tired of hearing. At the end of the day, we don't need Trump to like us. We don't need him to love us. He is hired to do a job. When you hire your gardener, do you go outside and say, "Do you like me? Do you love me?" When you go to the dealership to buy a car, do you say, "Do you like me? Do you love me? What do you think of me? Are you racist?" Because I can promise you right now, the racist will sell you a car. The racist will cut your lawn. Nobody cares. And we're not even asking. So why is the president different? He's hired to do a job. We've hired him to do his job. And all of the other things don't matter.
Facts.
None of them. None of them. You think there's not a senator in office that's not racist? That came out of the backwoods of Alabama? I mean, we know what those people in Alabama do. That's why I had the whole Nigger Chronicles.
Good tits still.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't know. It's not my thing. Just saying. So, DL, nobody cares. DL, we care less now that we just watched you scream and holler on TV. And DL, we care less because you didn't even make one point that mattered to the American people. If we're going to have these conversations, you need to say X, Y, and Z.
Facts.
Dr. Blue?
Remember when he asked about why did Trump why did he change Confederate monuments and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay, DL Hughley. We're gonna do one for you, and this is what we're gonna put on it. Here lies DL Hughley, a man who had an affair early in his marriage and career, and his mistress became pregnant and had a son. That infant was shaken to death by the infant's mother's boyfriend. What year to what year? This is where he lay. This is where he died. You're a clown. And Malcolm X, brother, you are the very foundation of this show. Trumpet players, comedians, athletes. Why are they the leaders? Oh yeah, you're also an honorary member of Omega Sci-Fi. Interesting. You couldn't even do the pledge. And I'm surprised you wasn't in your car with your neck with a crick in it so they could see the Bentley symbol. These are the people. And then whatever his name, what is his name? Harvey, whatever his name is.
He's not Levin, right? Is he Levin?
I think it's Levin. You and the Booker T from Timu, y'all knew what's going to happen to that segment. You knew what was going to happen. Everybody in the comments of that video, everybody jumped on that white guy.
Oh my God.
Calling him racist and stuff like that. Because why? Because Hughley was yelling and calling him a mediocre coward and all this stuff. And Harvey, how you going to set up one of your employees like that?
Right.
People, these are all distractions. I didn't hear one bill that DL was pissed off about. I heard things about monuments and why, and calling him a racist and stuff like that. He doesn't care about black people. Do y'all know what a real racist is?
Baby.
A real racist will make a rug out of your skin.
Hey, baby. James Byrd.
They don't want to shake your hand. They want nothing to do with you. I disagree with you. They won't even sell you a car.
You're probably right.
They would go get Tyrone in the stock.
Tyrone wouldn't even be there.
Tyrone wouldn't even be there.
Tyrone wouldn't even be there. DL Hughley, you just did a crash out of epic proportions, and I just want you to know, the black people that are clapping for you, they're not like the three that's in these boxes. Fact. We know better. We know that emotions lead you to the grave. Emotions lead you to places. Emotions lead you to a place with barbed wire around it.
Let's go.
Men, these are not the emotions that women say they want to see. They want to see logical, rational emotions.
Right.
Because you can have logical, irrational emotions.
Yeah.
Like I could be angry that somebody said something disrespectful to Ink or slapped Ink. I can be angry and want to take you out of here because you said something out of line to my wife. Y'all yelling on that TV while Trump is brokering billion-trillion-dollar deals, ending quote unquote wars, fixing the deficit crisis, and y'all are arguing about his wife being a model and him changing monuments. But guess what? DL. Oy, 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 oy. Moron.
Get your friend.
I thought you're supposed to have a 3.9 when you pledge. All of them. Steve Harvey.
I thought you was about to do the Karate Kid. And
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, that part.
That tantrum was crazy.
See how you can't formulate your words because you can't even relate.
First of all, this is D.L. Hughley came after Wesley Hunt, and Wesley Hunt eviscerated him, right?
Yes.
And speaking of Wesley Hunt, he explained it very perfectly why bases are being reverted back to factory default to what they were named originally. And he spoke of being at West Point and being in General Lee's barracks.
Yes.
The barracks is named after him, and then realizing how far we've come as a country, that as a black man who would have never been in those barracks is now there. He's a black man in a majority white district in Texas.
And one.
And he said, I had to get a lot of white votes to get here. A lot. So sitting here telling me all of these victimhood stories, they're just not going to work. Also, he said, and this is one of y'all talking points. Y'all love this. I talked about this earlier on the lunchtime chat. He said, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Isn't that one of the things y'all love? But y'all want to hide the monuments and hide all of the historical artifacts. Why? For what? And
Because they're
name it
erasing
after
Black history.
Erasing history. I'm like, yeah, but that's a part of erasing history. The shit that y'all complain about all the time, that's literally y'all doing it. So I don't get the logic here. Well, I get it. It's propaganda, and then you have a bunch of naive people who fall for it. I get it. But at the same time, if you're gonna put that screaming child up on your television set, do not put an inexperienced staff member against him.
That part.
That man couldn't think his way out of a paper bag in that moment. Right.
And Harvey should have done it. He's the lawyer.
And I'm sitting there like, why are you debating him? And then he has no, I mean, let the child scream and yell, do that. But then when it's time to rebut, I don't know. Okay, you should already know what idiots like him are going to talk about. They're going to talk about statues. They're going to talk about feelings. They're going to talk about racism and all of this stuff. You already know. You could write the script for these dummies at this point. I know what they're going to say before they say it. I already know. Because all they see is this. They don't see anything else. They don't give a fuck. Once you see this, you think you know who the hell I am. That's it.
I know who you
the
are.
fact that y'all allowed that scene to go on, was it for a viral moment? Well, you got it. And it was ridiculous. And he looked dumb. And he looked dumber. Nobody came out of this looking good. And I'm like sitting here like, how you going to sit up there and let this man bark all over you? But the reason why is because you have no knowledge. You're just one of these Trump flag waving people with no real knowledge. And then, the left argues social issues. They don't argue policy. They argue feelings. So if you're going to come to his party, you got to be able to push back on the feelings. Don't let somebody scream over you like that, because I would have been done. I would have got up and walked away.
We know.
This grown-ass man is not going to yell at me.
I would have hit the
And you talk about half-ass man. Bro, your daughter got raped, and you didn't believe her. Shut the fuck up, dude. We'll be right back.
It's always lit over at ajsrantroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to ajsrantroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
Get to shopping. Now it's time to get petty.
It's BS.
They made it up.
Okay. So my petty goes out to DoorDash.
DoorDash.
This morning,
Uh-oh.
first of all, stop up pricing the food on DoorDash. This morning, I had to go into the office at the bright and early hour of 6 a.m.
Fun.
So I get there and I change the address. I do all these things I'm ordering, and I look down, and DoorDash was like, "No, bitch, you want this to go to your house that you're not at." We see your location. It's clear to us you're not there, but that's where you want your food to go. So when it pops up, broosh, and I'm like, "Oh, wait, it's the wrong address. Where's it going? It's going to my house."
Jesus.
You can't cancel in the app.
Wow.
So my overpriced $40 breakfast is now going to be sitting outside my house from 6:30 in the morning until, I don't know, whenever I decide to get off work and get here, because I'm busy. Okay. Because you know I'm a Jamaican. I have 75 jobs. Anyways, with that being said, because these baristas don't know how to act, I'm talking to the guy, you know, the driver, the person, because now I feel shitty, right? Because they've accepted it and I'm like canceling it, right? I was like, "I need you to cancel this order." He's like, I can't. You have to do it. And you can call DoorDash. So I'm like looking through the app, no place to cancel. Oh, but I can add to this order.
Of course.
I got 15 minutes to add to it, but I cannot cancel the order.
Of course.
So finally I find the number I'm calling. And the guy on DoorDash says to me, the guy from Not in America, "Sorry, man, we can't cancel it."
Wow.
So I said, "Oh, okay, no problem. I'm going to call my bank right now. I'm going to tell them I didn't get my food, and I'm going to get my money back." Then I get another notification. Poop. It has been rerouted to a different location because that one can't fulfill your order as I'm talking. So I said, "You know what?" I text the driver guy. I said, "Keep the food. You can have it. Just keep it because they're processing it." I said, "Can't you just call the restaurant and cancel it?" No, I can't do that. So finally I said, "Why is it rerouting somewhere else?" He goes, "Oh," and then I see it cancel.
Wow.
How convenient. DoorDash, because they already knew who they was messing with. "No, you're not getting your money because I'm about to call my bank right now and tell them I tried to cancel this and you wouldn't let me, and I didn't get my food because it's somewhere else." So I told him, I said, "DoorDash, if you're going to do this, you need to have the ability to cancel within the app. Hell, I can cancel my Amazon order after I order it if I see it's going to the wrong place.
Exactly.
I should be able to cancel." So DoorDash, you're on some bitch shit. You're on some stupid shit. And you're on some reckless shit. And my real petty.
Oh, there's a real one.
I'm not going to give it to you yet. I'm saving it for when it's personal on Tuesday. But let me just say something to you.
Oh, now we doing teasers during the petty for petty?
No. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna give you some right now. I'm gonna give you some right now. For the Dominican who thinks she knows who all Dominicans are. For the Dominican who thinks that she can speak on me. For the Dominican who says, "Trust nobody, don't trust her, She don't have no friends. You and your nobody wants to eat taco can get fucked. I've never spoken on you. I've never spoken on your personal life. I don't know why you're obsessed with me. I think that's your favorite word. You like to say we're all obsessed? No, I'm not obsessed. You're obsessed with me, and you're obsessed with mine. I know what's in his DMs. I know what you've sent. I know what you said. Because you like to always say, I'm going to show the DMs. I'm going to show the DMs. Santoro, can I show the DMs? Leave it alone. If I'm not talking about you, don't talk about me. When I talk about you, then you can talk about me. And the difference between me and you, I may be fat, but Tina wants to be me. You know why she wants to be me? Because I'm not on EBT. Because I can pay my bills. Because I don't have to fraud the government out of $500,000. Go suck your husband's dick. You'd probably be happier. AJ?
Ain't nothing worse than a bitch ass nigga. That's the word up. You got heard up.
Right.
So my petty goes out to the raggedy bitches on TikTok who got my live taken down today. Just want to let y'all know that I won the appeal. And there wasn't misinformation. So apparently when I said that the Democrat Party is literally doing the very thing they claim they're fighting against and started giving examples, you raggedy bitches sought that as an opportunity. Now, I don't know if it's that little crew of white trash who's been running around mass reporting my shit over the last few months. But if it was, I didn't get 7 whole days. I'm good, bitches. Prince.
My petty goes to any restaurant that prepares a pasta dish with shrimp and you don't take the tails off. Like, what's the purpose of getting a pasta dish if I didn't have to touch the shrimp with my hand to take the tail off?
Wait, you don't
like
eat
cut
the
tail off? Butterfly.
No, you know, it has
No,
the
fuck no.
hard, yeah, the
The
shells on
crunchy
it.
part,
That's the
the
most
hard
fun
crunchy
part.
part, the shell on it. So
You're
you
not supposed to
eat
eat that?
you eat the shell?
Oh, I eat that.
AJ, if you
No.
don't shut the fuck up right now, stop playing with us.
No, I do.
You listen.
Ew.
You know what? Can I just kick him off the show right now? Did he say that out loud? I know you're stop it. Right now. This is not funny. It's not funny, AJ. Stop
Why
it
can't
right
you
now.
eat it? What's the rule?
AJ. Stop it right now. You're lying, and you better
I
stop
am
lying to these
not.
people. You do not eat the shell of the shrimp. You hold it and you pull the shrimp out. If you don't stop the bullshit, you tell me you just put the whole thing in your fucking mouth.
Yes. That's the best part.
Continue, Prince. Continue, Prince. Keep being petty. I agree with you. I support you in your cause. Yes, that's right, Prince. You are correct.
Okay, before I just learned some shit that make me question my love and friendship. What's the purpose of putting shrimp on a dish that you're supposed to eat with a fork and then you have to remove it with your hand? See, that's just extra stuff. Like I don't. So I went to a restaurant and I was like, at first I was like, no, do you have the shrimp with the end on it? And he was like, yes. And then I was like, you know what? Just bring me regular Alfredo. And then my wife, knowing me, she was like, no, he needs the protein. Can you ask the chef to take the shells off? And then they did it. So any restaurant that doesn't do that anymore, I'm done with you. I'm giving you a 1-star rating. I'm sending you to Lee. I'm sending you to Chime Time, and I'm letting them all know that your restaurant is not to be what's the word I'm looking for when people come into your restaurant? Yes, you are not to be patronized. Thank you. That's an SAT word. You are not to be patronized ever again. That's my
All right, we'll be right back. Now it's time for our memes of the week.
Oh wait.
All right, now it's time for our memes of the week. And this
Hold on, Prince. Let me fix this. Okay.
It's time for our memes of the week.
Go ahead.
Can you really call it narcissism if I'm actually better than you? You know what?
That's some shit I would say.
He's absolutely right. You know how people be like, you ain't no better
That's not
than
you,
me?
AJ.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Like if I feel like I'm better than you, I can say that. Like I'm better than you.
But does it make it true?
I'm better than you.
Does it make it true?
No, but you're supposed to say it to people that it is true.
Okay, go ahead.
Transformation of the Democratic Party since 2009. Before Obama, after Obama. Look at that. Look at that camel. Look at that. Now everybody Islamic. Everybody knows the 7 pillars. Everybody done did a pilgrimage to Mecca. Everybody thinks that the Islamic people love gay people now. It's like it's crazy. Y'all
when did that happen? When did that happen?
Gays for Palestine, gays for Iran, and like you might as well say gays for the guillotine because that's where you're headed. That's where you're headed. If you go over there, being flamboyant.
Go ahead, Prince.
Look at this. But if there's a super duper tragedy, this all goes out the window, right? That's how some of y'all sound. Y'all act like just because there's a big tragedy, Trump could just do whatever he wants. It hasn't even been a big tragedy. What was our tragedy? A bad cold. I'm sorry, 6th. COVID. It was a bad cold. And y'all was like, oh man, he gonna make everybody stand here and you gotta wear a mask and you gotta quit your job and all this stuff. None of you knew the Constitution. Y'all screaming Constitution at a private company. McDonald's have to serve me. No, they don't.
No, they could just deliver it to the wrong address.
That part.
There's that. I mean, you know,
that food probably sitting there hot and stank.
Woo!
Look at this is absolutely true. AJ, you didn't see this movie. This is Batman. Batman Returns. But I called you a racist, and you think that gives you power? Me, listen. These white people don't care no more.
No,
you could call them racist. They'll be like, Andes, pick cotton, boy. What you gonna do? You gonna hit me and go to jail? Like nobody cares. That's like what y'all be calling us coons and Uncle Toms. And
well, Prince is cooning right from his vacation, so there's that.
I am. I'm so oppressed.
Yeah, I know. Work it out, homie. Work it out. We got you.
I'm in a poor villa. Next me. Look. Jesus, listen, y'all gonna stop blaming stuff on Jesus. The reason why you're broke is because you have a $2,200 car payment and you live with your mama.
On a 1909 Honda Civic.
That's not Jesus' fault that you have a 42 APR on a Honda Civic.
Okay.
That's not Jesus. That's you not reading the fine print. That's you being so excited that they saw your 400 credit score and said yes. It's not Jesus' fault that you got and now you got
Prince.
That's not Jesus' fault that you scratching.
Prince.
That's on you. Jesus made protection for a reason.
Amen.
Prince, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
All right, Jesus, I got your back. You know that. Next me.
Oh my God, I'm done.
You notice both of them are standing up. Both of them standing up. But you know what's funny? I bet you can't even tell me which one is the man, which one is the woman.
Yeah, you know, it is.
It's 2025. Let them use the bathroom, right?
Squat over the urinal, ladies. Squat over the urinal.
Jesus.
Squat over it. Oh.
And those are your memes of the week.
Hi, everybody.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We should leave it like that.
What are you?
Okay,
now it's time for our Urban Dictionary word of the day.
Okay. The word is grandiose.
Grandiose.
Inflated sense
Ooh.
of self. Sorry, I can't read. These are for my vision, but I'm old, so I have to go in reverse now. Inflated sense of self, common in narcissism.
I feel attacked.
No, that ain't for you. Listen, y'all need to go to sleep at night. Y'all need to get off these TikTok lives. Y'all need to stop talking. Y'all need to get out these discords. Y'all need to stop showing fake ass receipts. Y'all need to just go somewhere and be quiet and live your life. If you about to lose your freedom, you might want to go spend all the time you can with your loved ones instead of arguing with strangers on the fucking internet. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. And when we all leave and the app is gone, guess what's going to happen? The only thing you're going to have left are the real connections in your real life. It's the internet, it's make-believe, and you're not that important. You're not that relevant. You can't make anybody famous. You can't do shit.
It's not real. It's not true. It's BS.
It's BS. It's not true. It's BS.
Well, I couldn't pull that up. I couldn't pull it up that quickly. But a bonus, Petty. Shout out to the older millennial.
Woo! Right?
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Anyway, we're off next week.
Wait, can we touch on wait. Can we just touch on it really quickly?
I was gonna try to get the video that you sent.
The craziest part about all of this is, I don't know if you guys saw that he's in jail, but the woman that was going after him, he was in an Airbnb, you guys. Let me tell you guys something. When you're in Airbnbs and you someplace, don't walk around. She searched the area in all Airbnbs looking for fans, looking for placements of TVs, looking for the door in the window. Her video is something else to watch. This woman tracked him down and stalked him to the point that she literally went on Airbnb, searched the area where she thought he would be from where he lived, because he left his house, found him in the Airbnb and turned him in, and apparently got paid to do so. There's like a tip line that if you turn somebody in that has a warrant and it comes out, and she did that, this woman hunted that man down, and that's why he's locked up, and he got tased.
You got it. Well, you didn't send that video. Send me that. Send us that.
Yeah, I need to find that video. She literally did that, and I was like, wow. All right, so go ahead, make your announcements. I just made a mess.
We're off next week for the 4th of July, so happy birthday, America. I'll still be here next week, and I think Prince will be here next week. Yes,
I'll be here on Tuesday.
Inked will be here on Tuesday for whenever, and Petty. And so we'll be back in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks, right? Yeah. And
2 weeks.
Thank you so much for watching episode 99. Woo, baby, is loaded.